Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Sonia.
I'm David.
I'm Harry.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about something really heavy, right? Something that people normally want to avoid, but I feel like death is something that comes for everybody, so we can't avoid it. And these days, I've been thinking about it more. Probably it's because I'm in my 30s now and I see more of my close friends losing their loved ones. And actually, my uncle passed away a few weeks ago and it really shook me because he passed away so suddenly. He was somebody that I thought was really healthy. He worked out every single day. He ate really healthy and he had a heart attack. So we lost him. And I kind of feel uncomfortable when I talk about death with other people, but I thought about it after I read the book Tuesdays with Maury and Crying in H Mart. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. I mean, something that we don't really talk about. But yeah, we think about it sometimes, right? Now, for me, my father actually got diagnosed with terminal cancer about 4 months ago. And so, yeah, that really made me think about the whole concept because, death, you don't really think about that normally, right? And I always said I'm lucky because I didn't have people that are close to me or close family members passing away. There's one exception. A close friend of mine passed away. But anyhow, apart from that, I've been quite lucky about it. But yeah, since then, I've been thinking about this topic quite a bit as well.
So it might be a sensitive topic for you today.
But you know what? Yeah, that's what I said, right? When you brought up this topic, let's do this for the next recording. But it's been 4 months, so I think I'm okay now. I mean, I'm, still sensitive a little bit. But when the news was given to me at first, I was like, it's like the whole world just breaking down right there. But yeah. And also another thing is that he's doing better. He's, we cannot really say recover, but he's on the right path right now.
Well, actually, my grandparents passed away on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side. But I wasn't really close to them, so I wasn't that heartbroken. I feel like I'm a little cold, but...
No, I understand where you are coming from.
But I saw my parents really heartbroken, and that kind of got to me. Like, oh my gosh, how would it feel like if I lost my parents like that? Have you ever lost anybody close to you, Harry?
Yeah, I've only lost my grandparents many years ago. So I don't know. These days, death is not really something I have to seriously think about. So,
But have you guys had any death with close friends or close coworkers, like outside of family, basically?
Not really. I only lost my relatives.
me too.
So for me, I had one. It's actually the only death that I consider to be of close to me that has happened. It's a close friend of mine it's a guy that I knew from high school, and we were really close as a group with him and I as well. And yeah, he passed away about 5 years ago. And now we don't really know how he died, but there's a high chance that he took his own life away. Now, with him, the thing that I remember is that I knew that he wasn't doing good, both mentally and financially. And I just, only after him passing did me and my group of friends begin to think about how we should have supported him more. But we didn't. We were kind of being like, when we're there as a group, we all pay, the same amount kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely hard when that happened.
So how did you go through that grieving stage?
It actually hit me a lot harder than I thought. I think it impacted me for a good 3 to 6 months. Becoming a little bit depressed as well. And I think it's a mix of sadness and guilt. And many times, the guilt was the one that's stronger for me. But talking with the common friends and So ultimately, it's the time that will heal you. And I feel like personally, when a close person dies, it's the regret that's gonna hit us the most.
No, that's true.
Because everybody dies at a certain point, right? I mean, we accept that rationally, but it's things the regret of different types.
Because there was a friend that texted me a few weeks ago, and he told me after he lost a close friend, he thought about the idea of marriage. He was somebody who never wanted to get married, and after he lost a close friend, he's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to waste my life and die alone. I want to have somebody by me till the day I die. I guess it hit him hard that it changed his mind about marriage. And him saying that was really shocking.
Because he had a change in his life perspective.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, death will definitely, it will change you. It will have a huge impact on you. Yeah, if the person was close to you, whether family, friend.
Yeah. Have you guys ever imagined losing someone close to you? Or even dreamt about it?
For me, it's something I avoid thinking about. You know, it's like it's just too sad, too negative.
Yeah, and for you also, like, it's his reality. So since your father has something, so.
I mean, that's when I began thinking about the concept of, you know, people close to me passing away. But before that point, yeah, I didn't really think about it. And I totally share your sentiment when you said that you didn't feel, didn't feel heartbroken when your grandfather or grandparents passed away. It was the same for me as well. And when I say that my close family members didn't pass, a big reason for that is because being in Canada since I was, being 10 years old, I've been away from all my relatives. So the concept of relatives, they feel far away from me. So when my grandparents passed away, yeah, it felt weird. I was a little sad, but I wasn't like heartbroken. So I felt like, is it because I'm a big T? Is it because I am like, I have no emotions? But yeah, I mean, that kind of felt that way too.
I mean, maybe it's all because of like currently the relationship, between families are quite different, than before. So for me also, when I lost my grandparents, so like, I don't know, like it's not really heartbroken, like Davey said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, my dad had a heart attack when I was in my junior year in college. I got a phone call from my brother sobbing. He was like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And I was like, what's going on? And it was during my finals. And I was like shocked. I didn't know what to do. And since my dad is the breadwinner of the family, I was like, oh my gosh, my mom doesn't have a job. I'm still in my junior year and my younger brother is younger than I am. Does that mean I have to pick up the responsibility and support my family? And yeah, I just didn't know what to do. I guess my mom didn't want to tell me because she didn't want me to mess up the finals. But I did eventually. I got bad grades. But I got a phone call the next day that the surgery went well. And my dad was really lucky because he had a heart attack while he was hiking in the mountains by himself. And a person who was passing by helped him out. So he got to the hospital quickly and he didn't miss the golden time. So the doctor told him that he was really lucky.
Oh, so it could have been really bad.
Yeah. I guess that was the first time when I thought about death, like losing my parents. But I'm not a really expressive person. So I didn't show my true feelings to my dad. And I just journaled everything on my diary. And my dad later asked me, like, it looks like you didn't feel anything when I was going through that.
Really? He asked you that?
Yeah, because I don't really tell my parents that I love them. That's when I kind of broke down in front of my dad. That's not true. This is how I feel. And I'm really scared that I might lose you and blah, blah, blah. And after I lost my great-grandmother, my dad was in pain because my great grandmother technically raised my dad. So he was really heartbroken. And after the funeral, I don't know why. I kept dreaming of losing my dad. And I would wake up sobbing. It was something that I never wanted to experience. But as we get older, you never know when you're going to lose someone you love. And that made me realize that life is really fragile and you never know what's coming for you.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, it's going to happen at a certain point, right? All of us, we're going to pass away.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to have that event that makes you think about it and that makes you have a more of an open channel with your family members to talk about it. Because, I mean, that's what happened for me when the diagnosis, when the news was given about 3-4 months ago that he has a terminal cancer. Like, I didn't know what to feel, what to think. But now it's been about 3 to 4 months and we've been talking about that. Now, upon my father's request, he told me not to visit him yet because like my father's being, like all strong that, he's going to get better. I want you to come and spend time with me when I'm stronger, when I have more energy. So anyhow, I wasn't able to have a FaceTime with him yet, but, speaking to him a lot on the phone, right? We began talking on weekly basis. And we talked about those topics as well, about death. And my father, he's also preparing all the legal and, the financial stuff, right? Especially for my mom. Talking about all the emotional and all the kind of the factual stuff. So in that sense, I think it's good that we talked about it.
How's your mom, though?
So she was taking it really hard. She's like a classic F, like very emotional, true to her heart emotions type of person. So she was taking it hard. But in the beginning, the news was like so grief because it's like the worst type of cancer that somebody could get. He had a pancreatic cancer, fourth stage with metastasis happening to his lung. So it's like basically a death penalty. But so far though, he's actually recovering. His cancer has been decreasing in size. But in the beginning though, my mom didn't know what to say, right? Like she was like, just like so heartbroken. At the point, I was actually feeling really bad for my mom that I wasn't beside her because they're in Canada and I'm here in Korea.
Was your brother by her side?
Yeah, so my brother was there. So I think that's a big reason that made me feel better, right? Didn't feel as bad, I guess.
So have you ever imagined losing a close person to you, Harry?
No, I don't think so because, like I said, my grandparents, they passed away when I was too little. So, and also, because I was too little, it was not really real to me. So, yeah. And also, I didn't have any bond with my grandparents because they were not raising me or like I just met them just once or twice a year. So it's not really, really heartbreaking or important like experience for me. And then since it was long ago, and also both of my parents are super healthy. So these days, you guys know that, I already have some medical conditions. Even I have, more medical condition than my mother. So recently I think that, maybe I would, die first than my mother. So that's my concern these days. Because my mother is so healthy. Like now she's doing swimming and like exercise, everything. Even she started like her side job these days.
Wow.
So she's even more active than me. So that makes me think that, okay, if I would not maintain my health condition, then definitely I would, die before my mother dies. So
Oh my God.
that's my concern actually. So I never imagined that someone die or something. But I imagine that what if I die first than my mother?
So I remember seeing this question at another English study group that we used to go to together. One question was, if you found out that you only have a few months to live, how would you spend it? And I remember one person saying that he would go abroad and tell everybody that he's going on a really long trip, even his family members, and not tell them that he has a few months left. And that was...
Yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Me neither.
That's too cold for his family.
Yeah. It's unfair. They have the right to know. I mean, he's the one who's leaving, but his family members will be here and they might feel guilty for not spending the last few months with their son or whatever.
But I think it could be controversial because, like, for him, he only have few months left. And he have a right to decide for his last time of his life. For him, maybe if that is really important, then maybe he can do that thing. Yeah. Because, like, spending with your family in here last time of your life, like few months, then you'd be really so sad and heartbreaking. And it's just, in some perspective, it's not really a good end for someone's life.
But as a third person though, as an observer, as a commentator, I personally don't think that's fair because, it's not just about him. There's also linked lives around him as well, right? So when he passes away, other people, they're going to be grieving as well in that sense.
And there's this movie that I watched a few years ago. I don't remember the title of it though. There were two people who met in the hospital and one person...
Is it two older gentlemen like in their 70s, 80s?
Yes.
Yeah, and one of them is, what's his name? It's the black... It's almost coming to me, but...
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Yeah, Morgan Freeman, and he's another white actor. He's really well known as well.
Are you guys talking about Bucket List?
Bucket List. Yes, that's the one I'm thinking
that
about.
Movie.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson?
I think it was Jack Nicholson, yeah. I think they both had a terminal condition of some sort.
Yeah. So they knew they had only a few months or years left. So they make this bucket list and they check the things off on the bucket list. And I thought it was a great idea. Well, personally. So I was like, if I were in his shoes, I would probably do the same.
But it's a very different situation though, right? I mean, if you were to know that you only have 3 or 6 months to live versus not knowing when you're going to die. I mean, because we live with a plan. I mean, we prepare for our death or our, not so much the death, but when we get older, right? Once we retire. But if I am to know somehow that I'm going to die in 6 months, to help with all the savings and preparation, like.
Would you guys like to know?
Yeah, if it's possible, I think I would want to know.
No.
But in that, say that you are given like few minutes, knowing that you're going to die in a few minutes, I mean, wouldn't you feel very upset that you've saved all of this money, you've, made all this preparation, but now you're all of a sudden just going to be gone?
If I could die, then I would just die suddenly, peacefully.
Oh, I think I would want to know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, be able to spend time with people, do what you want to do instead of just living for your life, your career, your plan.
Yeah. If I knew and if I had a job, I would quit my job first and do everything I want to do.
So what would you do if you were to know?
I would like to have a living funeral, as Maury did in the book Tuesdays with Maury. I thought it was really fascinating because people normally like mourn and give eulogies after that person passes away. And I'm like, what's the point? Like saying good things about somebody when they're not there to hear about them. So yeah, I thought it would be a great idea to gather my friends.
Once you know that you're going to pass away in a certain time.
Yeah.
I've seen this documentary, Korean documentary on TV shows. And then I remember that, the person who will die, he actually invited his friend and families. And he actually said that I wish I can say goodbye in person before I die.
Yeah.
That's his purpose, to have this living funeral. And I think it's a really great idea, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good too, yeah. I would do the same.
For his own dignity and for his life, it's much better because what is point? Like you said, if someone have like funeral and then all of those people come to the funeral and then share some memories of them, what's the point for the person who died? Because he's already gone and then he listen, then, maybe it's better to have a living funeral. Then they can share the memories together and then have, proper say goodbye. And that'll be much better, I think. Yeah. This beautiful idea.
I mean, I think that's a luxury. I think that is a gift that's given to, whoever is able to do that. Because not many people get to know that they're going to pass away in a certain amount of time.
That's true.
Because almost nothing is for sure. If you look at medical dramas, they talk about, doctor, how much long do I have to live? And they give them you have 3 months. But that rarely ever happens. Because even with stuff like cancer, it's an estimate, right? And cancers can go in different directions all the time. But anyhow, yeah, if I were to have that opportunity, I would want to spend time. I want to go on somewhere nice with my family, my whole family, my immediate family. And I would want to do that with my friends as well. I have 2 groups of friends, actually 3 groups. And I want to do that with all of them. And it's something that we always talk about. And I'm sure you guys do too. That, let's all take vacation. Let's go to, Cuba or something. But it never really happens, right?
I mean, yeah, the reason that I say no is that I think I'm not really that, strong. So if I know I only have like few months or something, then I can't enjoy last time of my life, as David said. I know that. I would be too sad and I would definitely having some mental breakdown. I know that, I will make my families even more sad. So in that sense, I think for me, I don't want to know about that.
Yeah, I think everyone will take that information differently. So for me and David, we'll start planning things, how to spend that time efficiently. And for some people, they will just break down and be in fear, oh my gosh, what if I die tomorrow? Like that.
Now, I think that, spending time with loved ones, I think that's also important for other people as well, people that are close to us. And I say that because, I'm in that perspective right now, with the possibility of my father passing. And the biggest thing that makes me regret is not having spent more time with them. And of course, the one of the big reasons is that I've been away for 15 years, 16 years. I've been away from my parents. They've been in Canada. I've been in California and now being in Korea. And one thing that makes me feel better is that 2023, they came to Korea and then we spent time to travel around Korea, going to Jeju. And family-wise, that was the best time we've spent together in the last 15 years. And my one last wish right now, of course, I wish that he will be able to, regain his vitality and regain his health. But if that's not to happen, for us to have at least one last travel together, because when you travel with people that you love, that are really close to you, I think it's a very special time. Imagine that you just go back home because we're all certain distance away from the family home. But if you're just at home, you just do what you do on a regular basis, right? You don't
That's
really
true.
necessarily talk. But when you travel together in that same space, yeah, I mean, that was the most, the magical family time that I had. So.
Yeah, after getting married, I feel like my family has gotten together more often and we've become closer than before. Thanks to my husband. He likes to have them around and he's like, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? And when my parents want to do something, I try not to refuse and just play along and tag along. Yeah.
And especially with your first child due in pretty soon, especially for the woman, I think you oftentimes spend more time with your family, right? Especially with your mother, coming and helping you with the baby.
So have you ever thought about what kind of funeral you guys want?
For the funeral, I want it to be more of a Western funeral.
Oh.
Because I think there's a definite difference now, the funerals between the Canada or North America and Korea. Now, same thing with the weddings too, right? The way the ceremonies are held, in general, I think in North America, it is more of a group function, group activity. With the wedding, there's reception, which is all about the whole group, partying and celebrating together. In Korea, it's more personal. In Korea, before the wedding, the people who are getting wedded, they will invite small groups and, give them invitation and stuff like that. Now, in North America, it's more about the reception. And same thing for the funeral too, because it's more of a group thing over there. And you talked about urology. you give eulogy in front of the whole group, not just with the family, the immediate kin. Whereas in Korea, it's much more personal, right? With the next kin, you give the grievings, the support to the family.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the vibe is totally different.
Yeah.
In Korea, it seems like everybody's like mourning, grieving, and the atmosphere is really down.
But I mean, it is changed. Like, actually, the traditional Korean funeral is not like that. When it's not our generation, but, our grandparents' generation, when we had a funeral at our home, the whole vibe was really different because in Korea, one of the purpose we had a funeral and invited people is that in Korea, that's why, people said that in funeral, some people have to laugh. Some people have to enjoy like some gambling or something, so that the funeral it shouldn't be too silent. So that a lot of people came by and then they drink together and even doing gambling and then stay there like for 2-3 days, to comfort the family. So it's changed a lot these days.
I heard that there are some things that we shouldn't do, such as like, was it clapping?
Yeah, clapping and the glass.
Oh, like the cheering.
Yes, cheering. And also, of course, singing. But it's okay that, you can laugh. Yeah, it's part of because the families, having really, really, tough times, for whole 3 days of funeral. So that, even unless the visitors, they visit there and then they can have some conversation with families and then laugh together. And so make them feel a little bit better.
And is that the scene that you guys saw with Korean funerals? Because I've only been to 3 Korean funerals in my whole life. And the ones that I saw were that there weren't that many people. And because the thing about Korean funeral, from what I know, is that it typically gets held over 3 days. So people have the chance to come over those 3 days, which means that the visitors get spread out. Even at nighttime, right? They can come in at nighttime, like the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So the ones that I went to, there weren't that many people. And so it was kind of quiet. It's like small groups eating and drinking and then just leaving. But as Harry said, back in the day, it used to be more of kind of like the village type of thing, where the whole village comes over. It's like a small party and where people get to actually have like the memories, share the memories of the person that passed away. But I feel like nowadays the whole thing might have changed. So I wonder what you guys see.
Yeah, nowadays it's changed a lot because, I don't know, like the whole Korean society is more being isolated and people don't care about like this value of the old cultures or even a relationship. That's because it's getting changed into some kind of ceremony just. So we can just visit there and then the only reason we have to go there is just visit. Like we can just visit and everything is over. Like
It's almost kind of like show face, right?
Yeah.
Just show that I was there.
Yes. Show that I was there. And then before, if you go to funeral, you have to have meals. That's also some kind of manner. But these days, people don't care about that. And they just go there and then say something to the family. And then you can go. Then that's why, there are not much people in the funeral anymore. But before, if you go to funeral, you have to stay there. Even nowadays, they shut down the funeral at night. Because the family should have to sleep. But the traditional funeral, you can't. You can't shut down the funeral. It goes to like 3 straight days, even the night. So the visitors also, they stay up all night for the families so that they drink together and then do some gambling together to stay up all night. So someone has to stay up all night for 3 days. So the visitors also helping that. That's the original culture. But these days, people doesn't want to stay longer in the funeral, especially after midnight, so that they respect the family, so that they don't visit the funeral after like midnight, so that the family can sleep. It's changed it.
Now, one of my experiences is that a close friend of mine from Canada, his father passed away. And because he was in the Canada, I was in Korea. As soon as I heard the news, I went right away because I knew that he's not going to be able to get there until the next day. So I wanted to help him out, be there for the family. So I was there until like 5 a.m. the next day. And yeah, there weren't that many people the whole time. So I was spending time with, because I knew their whole family, his younger brother, his mom. Yeah, spending time with them, but the visitors, they all come and go. And the whole thing felt very kind of morbid, kind of very low energy. And
So yeah, that's why I remember that, when I was little, I had a funeral with my grandparents. Sometimes when the visitor's place was empty, but if some visitors came by, mostly are old, and they know that since it's empty, they have to be there until someone comes. So that the old guys, they say, okay, we can hear longer, so please give us this hot tool, there's the gambling stuff and also drink. Then we can stay up all night for you guys, since there's no one there.
The thing that I remember, so I was there from 6 p.m. until 5 a.m. the next day. And I remember thinking, basically in Korea, we sent flowers, right?
Yeah.
To show respect. That there were more flowers there than people that actually came. So I felt that was a little bit ironic.
Also I remember that, the thing I just said, I remember that there's a saying in Korea that in Korean funeral, always there's a fight and gambling.
Oh.
Yeah, long ago, back in the days, we had that. But these days, people don't want to have fight in their funeral, and also the gambling. And also the visitors think that that's not a good manner for the family, so that we stop that. So yeah, the whole culture is getting changed.
So they get into a fight because they're so
Because of the gambling,
focused.
mostly.
Yeah.
Because of the gambling, yeah. Also, and you meet some old friend there. Mostly men, old guys. They haven't met for 10 or 20 years, and then they just drink together, and then they argue sometimes. Old, ajashi, yeah.
Yeah.
That was when I had a funerals of my grandparents and also my relatives. I remember every funeral I've seen fight and gamblings and someone yelling, someone crying. Yeah, that was quite normal. I don't know whether it's good or not, but yeah, it's part of the culture before.
So what kind of funeral do you want?
Like I said, living funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
me too.
actual funeral, I don't care.
Oh,
It's
same,
not for
same.
me. Yeah, it's not for me. So funeral, it doesn't matter for me. Whatever my family wants, they can have it. But then it's not funeral actually. So before funeral, I would just have some. I don't want to say living funeral, but I would just have some kind of party. Yeah. My last party in my life with my families and friends together. That's what I want. Funeral is not for me.
For me, I want a Western funeral. The main thing is that I think the whole concept of eulogy, I think that's really powerful. To say your respect. And you're saying that in front of people that also love and respect the person that passed away. And I think that's one of the most direct and powerful way to share your memory, with people.
But you don't want to hear that?
I mean, I'll be dead. So, I mean, I don't really have an option, right? But I think that's really powerful.
Then what do you hope people will say about you when you're gone? How do you want your close people to remember you?
To be honest, it's not something that I really thought about because I'll be dead. That happens.
Me too, yeah.
I just want people around me to think that I was a girl who knew how to grind.
Okay. In what ways are we talking about?
I mean, someone who always wanted to do something productive and tried to help people around her and was nice to...
Yeah, it's ultimately that's what I'm thinking as well, that I'm somebody, because my life motto is to do more good than harm. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I can think of is that in Korea, normally people say that in funeral, if there's many visitors, then it proves that the people, the person has really great life, successful life.
Yeah.
If I have a lot of visitors, then you can prove.
You had a good life.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that could be a little bit of Korean mentality as well. Because having many visitors, that also means that you did a lot of networking. I think some of that kind of Asian value. Like for me, I'd rather have my close friends and family come. Yeah, that really have things to, share about me, having like the deep memories with me?
I mean, I don't know, like whether I'm thinking too realistic, but if I have many visitors, then of course they pay a lot, so that my family would have much more support from that. And like I said, funeral is not for me, so
So,
it is for my family.
so giving money to,
To the deceased or to the family?
to the family is a Korean thing.
You know, actually, I'm not too sure about how that goes for the Western funeral because I've only been to two.
Oh,
But I don't recall giving money when I went. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. Well, how about you, Sonia? What type of funeral do you want?
as I said before, I want to have a living funeral, and I don't really care what my family wants to do after I die. It's up to them. So before I die, I would open a party and spend great time with my family and hear what they got to say about me. Yeah.
And whether it's because we are talking about death or not, but my smartwatch keeps sending me alarm for low heartbeat. I'm dying actually.
Don't die
This
yet.
whole vibe is killing me.
Let's talk about what death teaches us about living.
Life is short.
Yeah. Life is short, so do not waste your time and try to spend as much time with your acquaintances, family members, and do whatever you want. Do not hesitate and just go for it when you have the time.
For sure.
For me, it's that close people are important, that they're precious. And whenever you can, try to spend time with them. Like, for instance, it's very easy when you have, say you have like 5 days off. Most people think about spending the 5 days by themselves and for themselves, going to a close location for vacation. But yeah, trying to make time, do stuff with your family or with your close friend. Yeah, take the initiative. Yeah, make it happen.
I mean, for me, it reminds me family matters. Only the family is the most important thing in my life, and I should think about that. Not, it's not, it doesn't mean that friends is not important, but, for the death or thinking about life or something, then family is always comes first. And I need to think about it because since I'm the only child and I only have my parents. So maybe that's because, I only have both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something I wanted to talk about is the difference between the Korean and the North American funerals. Now, when this actually happened to me when not too long ago after I came back to Korea, a great aunt passed away, and I heard that from my cousin that used to be close, and he basically told me to come right now that aunt passed away. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, she passed away right now, but you want me to come right now? Like, that to me didn't make sense. Because in North America, when somebody passes away, there's usually at least like 5 days or longer term, and you give out notices to people. There's a set funeral date. It's kind of like the wedding date, right? Like, you don't just propose and then tell everybody, hey, the wedding's on tonight, come. You don't do that, right? And
In Korea, it's like countdown.
yeah, that's what it felt like to me. And still even right now, when somebody says that, that there's a funeral, it still hits me like like a shock. So I have to be there right away. And yeah, so also indeed North America, the funeral is 1 day. So I'm not even 1 day, it's like one set time. It's like 1 p.m., certain Sunday type of thing. So everybody gets to be there together. You're prepared. And I think they also kind of give you that time to, get your mind together, right? About the memories of the person. When my close friend passed away in Canada, yeah, so the funeral date was given and I went over. And because a lot of my friends are all over the place in US, in different places, parts of Canada. So we all got together, and then, yeah, the funeral was something that was really important, I think, that really helped us to be able to gather our emotions, our thoughts together. And the eulogy, I really think that's a powerful thing to have, because to say that in front of the close friends and also his family as well, because I've known the guy for a long time. I knew his family quite well. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. This is really powerful. And
we also have the similar cultures that the reason that, the visitors having, meals together in the hall is that, they can share the memories of the person who died. So I think it's kind of like similar thing. Of course, it's not same, but the purpose is quite similar. Yeah, to gather around and then share some memories of the person who died. Yeah, I think the spirit is quite similar.
But I think the difference is that now you're on a stage. You're in front of a mic, in front of the whole group of people.
Right.
So it makes it much more kind of official, more kind of powerful. Yeah, it's a closure, right? That's basically what it is.
So everybody seems really down today. I guess it's because of the topic.
It's a hard topic.
Yeah.
Like I said, my heart is not working right now. So.
But thank you for sitting with us through a quiet, tender topic today, everybody. So death isn't something we really talk about, and it's not easy to talk about, but maybe it's the kind of thing we should talk about sooner. And if the topic resonated with you guys, feel free to send us a DM at
at the Refill Please Pod at YouTube and also on the
Insta
and Spotify.
Bye-bye, everybody.